What's up guys, John Bird III here, and we're back again for another video. In today's video, we're talking about another Mach combo that I use pretty often, and I think it's just a great all-around combo for you to use when you want to talk about bottom fishing, contact, setting the hook, big heavy hook set. And you know what that is? That is the Mach Crush. So one of my favorite features about the Mach Crush combo is the full grip. If y'all watched my videos and went back to the crankbait series videos, and I talked about my mid diving to deep diving crankbait setup, which was a 3XD rod and an 8XD rod, which actually I have right here. So one of my favorite features in both of those rods was the full handle. And that is what I love about this rod. It's a full handle. It is the wind grip, just like on the XD rod. So that is one of my favorite features that I love. So if I'm doing anything winding, I can tuck that thing right up under my armpit just like that, and I'm ready to go fishing. I'm ready to feel those bites. And I think, and for me, it's just more so comfortable. Also, if I'm not cranking something on this combo, like a bigger deep diving plug, because we're gonna talk about the gear ratio on this reel, but if I'm not cranking like a bigger deep diving plug on this setup, I love to feel the actual full handle along my forearm. And so that is another thing that I like to feel whenever I'm fishing, because when you're dragging something on the bottom, you can feel those bites through the full handle, and it just gives you, I guess you could say, a little bit more sensitivity, because you're not only feeling in your fingers that are along the exposed blank right here that you see right there, and that's another feature that I like, but you also can feel it along the full entire handle, which I have, like I said, is either tucked under my armpit or running along my forearm, and that's one of my favorite features. So this rod right here is a 7-foot medium heavy, and this is what I use this rod for: skipping docks with a jig. So this rod right here is a little bit more stout, if I had to say, comparing it to the Mach 2, and definitely more than the Mach Smash. So whenever you skip a jig under a dock with this setup, you're able to really lay the wood to them and snatch them up out of there. But one thing that I like about this particular series is you can get this rod in a 7.3, but it's a 7.3 heavy. So when you want to do some heavy duty flipping, some frogging, I mean getting in that nasty stuff, get the 7.3 heavy, get that set up. You can't buy these rods independently like you can with the Mach Smash, the Mach 2. But if you just want a combo for more heavy duty stuff, get the 7.3 heavy. That thing is stout. It's really stout. But if you just, pitching jigs under docks and stuff like that, this will definitely get it done. This has a lot of backbone, and it's very sensitive. So this also has an IM8 blank as well, just like the Mach 2 setup. And then this reel right here, this is one that's a little bit different from all the other combos, I would say. And that's simply because, if you can see that right there, this reel has pins on the inside. Now, y'all know I'm not a big fan of pins being on the inside of reels and you having to turn them on and turn them off. That's not necessarily my favorite, I guess, feature in a reel, because I like the ACB braking system that comes in a lot of those other high-end reels. But I can still dial in this setup to be honest, I can really dial it in pretty good. So I still like it, but I just don't like messing with the pins on the inside. It's just a personal preference, I guess you could say, that I have when it comes to reels, and I like to keep my stuff very simplistic. Like, as y'all already know, I like to set my gas pedal, set my brake pedal, and I like to go. I don't like touching the internal pins on the inside, but you can really fine tune this reel, and that's another thing that I like about it too. So it's not a deal breaker, I guess you could say, for me, but it still works great. I can skip with it and don't really have many backlashes with it. And so another thing that I like about the reel that is actually, and I guess you could say a lot of the Mach reels have this same frame, is this SLP frame. So the frame is super small, and so I'm able to palm it, and so it feels really good in hand. But the only gripe about the rod, with that exposed blank right there, this trigger is sitting a little bit further back, and so as I'm really holding on to the reel, it feels like I'm stretching my hand, and my hands, they're very meaty, and they're more so, I guess you could say, wide, and more so like a medium frame hand, maybe a little bit bigger than a medium sized hand, but it just still feels like I'm stretching out a whole lot. So if this trigger was up just a tad bit, it would feel a lot more comfortable. But I mean, again, it feels great whenever I'm fishing it. The combo is super light. Now, another thing I would mention about this combo is a little bit more pricey. I think this combo is right around the $220 range. And so like the $219, $220, somewhere like that, $225. I think it's more so around the $220 if I had to be exact. That's the only gripe about it, but you're getting a very, very good combo. So we're gonna piggyback again. These combos are for people who want to just grab something really good, get out on the water, and go fishing. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't say you can't use it if you're more specialized and you like picking one rod and then buying a reel separate. These are for on the go people, but you can really get a good combo for the money, and it saves you less time because you go to some retailers, they might not have the reel you want, they might not have the rod you want, whatever, but you can get this combo and it works very, very great. And so that is what I like about this Mach Crush combo, because this is more so like a, I guess you could say, I would say more so bottom dragging, setting the hook type combo because of this rod, because the rod is, like I said, it's a little bit more stout. And that's what I like about this. So I would use this rod more so for my bottom contact stuff, just simply because of how it's set up, the full cork, not cork, the full wind grip handle, going along my forearm, the way that the reel feels, the exposed blank, and then the stoutness of the rods, because it's a medium heavy fast, but it might be a tad bit stouter than a medium heavy, just a tad bit compared to some of my other 7-foot medium heavy rods. And so, but it's a great combo all around. I mean, 220, I think you can get a great combo for 220 when buying this. And then the gear ratio is 7.5 to 1. So this reel also doesn't come in multiple gear ratios. But again, as I said in my other videos, a 7.5 to 1, a 7.1 to 1, any 7-speed reel, you can pretty much do a lot of different techniques with this. So you can throw a buzz bait with this rod. You can do some light frogging. If you put braid on here, do some light frogging, not too much thick, heavy vegetation. And again, when you start getting into that thicker, heavier vegetation, you can actually go up to the 7.3 heavy. You can also do some light flipping with it, like around just dock posts and stuff like that, with a jig, Texas rig, whatever. Or just throwing a traditional Texas rig, maybe offshore, and maybe not too deep, but maybe in that 10-foot range, and maybe you see some stumps or something like that, or whatever. This would still be another good combo to do that with as well. So this combo is very versatile, but again, I think I would use it more so for bottom contact baits. I wouldn't throw a bladed jig with this combo or a spinner bait, simply because I feel like it has a little bit too much backbone for those particular type baits. But unless you're in more of a, I guess you could say, a heavier duty, more situation like around cypress trees, and you really want to get them out, I feel like you can get away with this combo. But again, I think you kind of got to play it just right, because you may have to dial back the drag a little bit so that it may slip just a hair whenever you're using those moving baits like a spinnerbait, bladed jig, buzz bait type deal. But just overall, like, the combo is great. You don't see a lot of people, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about the Mach Crush. A lot of them either go to the Mach 1, the Mach Smash, the Mach 2. And I think the Mach Crush needs a little bit more love, because you're getting a great combo with getting the Mach Crush. And I really like it. I don't use it. I will say this. Now, because y'all know I like very, very specific rods and specific reels for all my different techniques. But if I'm going pond fishing, if I'm going especially like pond fishing with a buddy, or somewhere where I'm not fishing in a boat, I will probably pick up this combo, especially if I know that the area where I'm going to, like one of my buddies took me to a pond a few years ago that had like a lot of like stumps and stuff, a lot of laydowns. And then a lake that I grew up fishing, Lake Monticello, when I first got into bass fishing, we used to fish from the bank and stuff. So there's an area, we call it like the stump hole area, and there's a lot of stumps everywhere and stuff like that. This is another reason why I would take this combo there. And so combos, like I said, they're more so for me, they're on the go. I'm going pond fishing, or I'm going co-angling, and I don't want to bring any like really, really dialed in stuff. I just kind of want some general purpose stuff, because sometimes when you're co-angling, you don't want to bring like 20 rods with you, 10 rods with you. I feel like you need 3, maybe 4, and if you use the combos whenever you go co-angling, fishing and fishing with a buddy, like, I feel like the combo is a great way to go. But also, as I mentioned in my Mach 2 video, you can use these combos to fish for 100 grand. Just like I said with Andrew Norby fishing the MLF Tackle Warehouse Invitational. You can use these combos to fish for 100 grand, or you can just use them for fishing your little jackpot tournaments around the house, pond fishing, or whatever. So that's what this combo comes in at in my arsenal. It's literally for everything bottom contact, where I really got to set the hook. and it is great. I promise you. And then, like I said, when you went ready to get into that heavy duty stuff, go up to the 7.3 heavy fast. I promise you, you don't have to worry about snatching no fish up out of any cover like that, because them suckers coming straight up out of there. I don't care how big they are. And you're gonna feel the bites. The rods are very sensitive. Its combo is super lightweight in hand. I'm not one to say, oh yeah, the combo is lightweight in hand, and it's not. I will tell you the truth. These combos are super lightweight in hand, so it's easy to fish with all day. It's not a lot of fatigue in your wrist, and that's another great feature with the Mach Crush. So if you're interested in the Mach Crush, I will definitely have it linked down below, just as I link down below all my other products that I've talked about in my other videos. So they will always be linked down below in the description. I won't say that a whole lot because it's just something that I already do. And I feel like everybody already says it, so it's kind of a no-brainer. So every product that I use will always be linked down in the description. So go check these out at machnation.com. Again, you won't be disappointed, especially if you get that 7.3 heavy. You want some heavy duty, like a heavy duty combo. There aren't many combos right now on the market that you can go out and buy and you can get like a 7.3 heavy and you really can do some heavy duty stuff. So that's what I love about this setup right here. So make sure you go check them out. I've got to get ready for a Fishers of Men Legacy tournament tomorrow. Me and my little brother fishing a tournament on Lake Murray. So I got a bunch of rods to rig, a bunch of baits to get out. And I spent a whole bunch of money the other day buying a whole bunch of tackle and stuff like that. So I got to get the boat ready and stuff ready for the tournament in the morning. Hopefully we get out there and we win. Maybe we make some money. But it's more, I love fishing Fishers of Men just simply because of what it stands for, because Jesus said, follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. And that's what I love about the Fishers of Men Tournament Trail. I run the youth division here in South Carolina in the Low Country, and I also fish the team trail also, and we normally go to Murray, Santee, and Watery. So great trail. If you're interested, Fishers of Men is in 25 states, and they have multiple different divisions in multiple different states. So, hey, look up Fishers of Men. Go to FOMNTT.com. Look for a division in your state. Sign up and go fish the tournament, because it's all about spreading the word about Jesus Christ. And not only that, you get to do it while doing something that you love, and that's getting out on the water and going fishing. So I'm JB3. I got to get back to living the dream. I'll catch you later.